guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be tuning up this old work truck. It's got the 5.42 valve in it. It's about 117,000 miles and everything on it's original. So this is going to be a vehicle you see a lot on my channel, kind of building me a tow rig. So with that being said, I got the sweetest kit I could find on the greatest price. So while I'm letting the truck warm up to do this plug change, I got this kit off eBay. I'll drop the link below. But it comes all Motorcraft minus these ignition coils. But we're talking the plugs, oil filter, air filter, fuel filter, and then we got the ignition coils to do a full tune-up on this truck. This kit is an incredible value. I want to post here in a few spots how much this kit would cost with discounts at the parts store, and where I got this on eBay, this whole kit. So you guys have to, if you're tuning up your truck or if you're doing anything, check out this store. It's got great deals on all these kits. It's literally the cheapest place I found for, great quality. I would say great quality parts. But my first step is I am going to get these spark plugs out. So as that warms up, I'm going to go ahead and move this stuff off, and we'll get to these guys. All right, guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get this air filter out of my way. So loosen this clamp up right here, and then we'll come around here. We'll go ahead and pull these vacuum lines. So take this band clamp, go ahead and get it out of the way, and wiggle this back and forth. Probably have to loosen this clamp up some more. All right, got that thing loosened up. Pull that up out of the way. And then on the bottom here, we do have this sensor with the connector right down there. As you can see, it's a push pin on one push clip. Let's go on that back side right there. Well, slid off the housing for me. But yeah, you push right there. I use two hands to pull it apart. You've got this temperature sensor, which has got a push pin. You just push on the back and pull it apart. And there's that air intake piece out. I'll grab my air filter and show you it. It's in considerably rough shape. It definitely needs changed. You can see that baby is not clean at all, and she's actually really old. See it deteriorating? So good thing we got that new. Now with that, we might as well see how this job's gonna turn out. And let's start with this spark plug right up here. So what we're gonna do with it is, you see these pins here. So it has little push clips right here on the bottom. You'll be able to push those in and pull out on the clip like so. And now with the wire off, you'll see my injector is a little bit in the way. I'm just going to twist it out of the way. Then I'm going to take a 7 mil, go down in here and break this coil free. Pull up on it while wiggling out. There's that one there. See on it. Looks like it might be aftermarket, so it may have got changed. This one got changed at some point, but you can see the top of it's cracked, and it is letting moisture into there. So definitely get that changed. All right, I got my 5/8 socket on a magnetic extension. Get it sit down in there. Right there, she's locked on. Go ahead and get my ratchet with a little bit further extension, get me up out of it. Now I'm going to put 2 hands on it and pray that this comes out fine. All right, so that one came out. You can see it came out one piece, thank God. It is crusty. It's an Autolite double platinum, so they have been changed. But you can see that one, it looks like it's carboning up pretty bad. So let's go ahead and get this new one in, which is what it looks like. It's an Autolite platinum. All right, so on the spark plug, we need to gap it to 0.054. So this one was way off. Get it up there to 0.054, right there. Get it and tilt it off there. And now I'm going to torque this guy down to, it says between 25 to 28 foot-pounds. So we're going to split the difference. Let's give it, well, let's go 27 foot-pounds. Plus, I had to take the extension off. My magnet was sticking too far down, not letting me get a good grip on the threads. So what I'll do initially is I'll use this to stick it down in there. And then I'll put this back on there like so and thread it in by hand. Make sure it's going to thread good, which it seems to be. 27 foot-pounds on the old torque wrench. There we go, that one's in. Now I'll grab me one of my new coil packs. You can see they are identical, but in new, great shape. So now, you see it's got a little bit of grease up in it, but I'm just going to put a smidge a bit more dielectric grease right there so the plug can hit it on the way through. And then up here on the connection, I'm going to put a little bit right here, just on the terminals, to make sure they get hit with a little bit of it as the connector goes through. You could also go over to this itself and just dab it onto it. Just whichever one's the closest for you to get to. Now we'll simply just take this guy, press him down on there. I usually walk it back and forth just a little bit. Turn it to where it lines up with the bolt. Grab that 7mm bolt. Get it lined back up. Take this guy, and what I do on it is I'll run it down by hand until it's snug. Then I'll just get my 1/4-inch wrench here, turn it till it hits solid, and give it an 1/8 of a turn. Now that one is a good shape. We'll put our plug back on. Right, there we go. One down, 8 to go. I'm actually going to jump over to this passenger side and do it. Alright guys, so got the two up here, and then I'm going for the second one here. So I wanted to stop showing, go pop this PCV valve. Right there's the one we'll go to. So push that guy over just a hair, and that was the next thing I had to remove to get this. Now here in a minute, I'm probably gonna go back through here and go ahead and pull that the rest of the way off so it's not in my way, but I'll do that in just a second. Alright guys, so I got the front two on the passenger side, front two on the driver's side. I am losing a bit of my heat because the spark plugs, on taking them out, I can hold them, and that lets me know that I am losing too much heat out of the engine. So I went ahead and put the PCV back in. What I'm going to do is go ahead, throw that air filter back in. I'll probably throw the new one in just for measure. Took this off for the moment. That was covering the throttle body. But you can see That thing should be a lot harder than what it is. So I'm going to start it back up, let it run, let it get back up to temperature, and then we'll do those last 4, which are the most difficult to get to. Alright guys, letting it warm up. This thing already sounds 10 times better with running, so I know those are definitely roached out. But let this warm up and we'll jump back and get to those back 4. So what I'll do off camera is take all this back off, same thing as before, and then I'll probably go ahead and I'll take off this PCV hose that goes back to the back and actually clamps on to where the control valve is. Back to where that idle air control valve is. Alright, so on the driver's side here, you have this emissions valve. So I'm going to pull these hoses off of it. Sometimes you have to push up to pull off. Got those moved out of the way. Now there's 2 10mm bolts right here. One there and one there. And that's going to get this thing out of the way after I unplug this harness from the connection there and the throttle body. Both have squeeze clips. Sometimes, again, you have to push in a little bit to get it to pull out. But now I'm going to take those 2 bolts out and move this bracket out of my way. All right, with that out of the way, you can see where we're at here. So now, you can do this 2 ways. You can get in there, snake in there on like a short socket with a swivel and get that out. And then you'll be able to do the same on the back. Or if you wanted to depressurize the fuel system and take this off, it's just, honestly, it's just these 2 8s. And what you do is pull the fuse out of the fuel pump, let it run until the pressure's out, and that'll actually get all the pressure out of the system. So that's what I did. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull those 8mm and lift this fuel rail up and out of my way. All right guys, I pulled this little hose off of it here. It's completely loose. So now, grab it, jiggle it, work it back and forth. Let me get 2 hands on it. All right, I had to use a little persuasion, pop it up, but it worked. You see all my O-rings stayed on the injectors, which is good. And now we have direct access into this. So you can actually see this back one is actually broke. So there's the biggest part of where my issue is. So it ain't even holding on to nothing. And I'd say that's where my biggest misfire was coming from. So let's go ahead and get these plugs out and get that changed. All right, so you see me put all that back together. I basically wiggled back and forth while pushing down to get the fuel rail back on, tighten those bolts in, those 2, put these 2 back in with the bracket, plug the throttle body, plug this basically EGR system together, put the lines back on it. Everything on that's back, so this side's completely put together. Went ahead and put the line back on the pressure regulator. So what I'm gonna do on this time is I'm gonna go ahead and put it back together, put everything on it, start it back up, get some heat back in on the other side. But this go around, I'll pull the fuel pump fuse and run it out of fuel and show you that. All right, we're warming back up and sounding better than ever. So that back spark plug there, number 4, that right there seems to probably be my problem with it not connected. But anyways, so as this thing warms back up, we're gonna jump back over to this other side. And here in a minute, we'll pull that fuel pump fuse. All right guys, so it's running. Right here is the 20 amp, it's max fuse back here. That's gonna be the fuel pump. So I'm gonna pull it out. There you go. She shut off because she's not getting any fuel. Now I'll go turn the key off and that is pretty much depressurized. All right, guys, on this side, I'm gonna get this thing out of the way, just so I don't have to reach back through and around it. So you see how I'm plugged there? You got a hose under here. So push up a little bit to get it break free. That's gonna run up to the front there. Then you go here. You'll see this hose runs around to the throttle body. So let's get it wiggled off there, like so. And then we'll have to take a pair of pliers and get this one off the bottom. And then we can do the 2 10 mils that will let this thing come off so we can get this out of our way. So that's the next thing I'm gonna do. All right, you'll see with that piece out of the way, and I push these vacuum lines back up here, push the PCV back up above the trans tube and the other hose that came off that with that little clamp back up and out of the way into this compartment. You can see now we're wide open to it. Now on this side, it's nice because one, your bolts are facing head up, so that's cool. So that means you can snake these out from under this fuel rail without even having to move it. But if you wanted to, it'd be the same procedure as we did before. So wanted to stop and show you that, but now I'm just gonna jump in, do the same procedure as I did on the other side. All right, guys, everything back together. Plug that line back in, got that hose back on here with the clamp underneath. This little line back in, PVC back in, that plugged in. Everything is good. I'll show you on cylinder 7 back there. This plug wasn't even really tight. It was barely hanging in there, and you can see how bad a shape it was. And then on 8, you'll see this was broken and barely hanging in there. So there's 2 more of the problems. So now we'll go ahead and put this fuse back in, start it back up, and check for leaks around the fuel, and just make sure everything's running good. All right, guys, so you can see she's running great. As you can hear my nice exhaust leak over here, but as far as missing and everything, that's all but going. All right, guys, I hope this video helped you out. If you would, drop your comments below. Go and hit the subscribe button. Help me keep building this channel. And go follow me on Instagram at MustangJackson67. Definitely check out that kit that I linked. You'll go see the other videos where I will do the fuel filter, and I'll even do one on the oil change. So getting this truck back on the road and getting it in good shape. But until next time, let's keep building.